first we'll play Shanahan talking about Aiyuk and whether he's going to return, and if so, when is it going to be? And he kind of groups all of these guys together, and is like, well, I expect them all back at the same time, so I'll just put this all out there together. But here's Shanahan today talking about the timeline on Malik Mustafa, Brandon Aiyuk, and others. Here we go, a little Shanahan from Santa Clara.
Better idea now, rough idea about Brandon Aiyuk's return and when he could actually, play for you in a game this season?
Not really. I don't know what I've said in the past, but I kind of view all those guys around the same time, whether it's Mustafa, whether it's Rourke, or whether it's Brandon. They're all at different stages, but where they're at, I always see them around week 6, which means that could be week 10, means it could be week 5, but that's the area where I start thinking about it, which is a long ways away. I know it's not week 1 or anything like that, and so it's something I'm not really thinking about too much.
So there you go. There were some reports a few weeks ago. Maybe it's week 1. No, it's not week 1. It's probably week 6. But then he quickly said, "But it could be week 10." So there you go. And to me, when I hear it could be week 6 or it could be week 10, I just immediately think it's week 10. Maybe that's just the pessimist in me, but when you hear a guy throw out, well, it could be week 5, but it could be week 6, which could be week 5 or could be week 10. Bank on week 10. All right, here is Shanahan again, this time talking about Marquise Sigle, who was so impressive the other night. And Lombardi asked him if he's got a chance to start. And I think Shanahan wanted to say no, but then thought about it and said, man, it's wide open. Yeah, he's got a shot. Here it is.
Sigle have a chance to grab that starting spot at safety?
Yeah, I'd say so. I mean, I think there's a lot of open competition there. I thought he had a real good game, special teams and on defense. So I wouldn't rule him out for that.
So that's big. I mean, Saleh said, hey, the safety spot is wide open, but for a rookie to potentially, jump in and play safety, that's a very heady position. It's a huge challenge for a rookie to, be mentally up to speed and ready to roll like that. That's interesting to me that he's like, okay, we might be going with him. By the way, I mentioned Connor Colby before. I'm going to share the screen on this as well so you guys can take a look at this. This is a graphic that Coach Yak put up today on rookie O linemen to allow 0 pressures in preseason week 1. And there were a bunch of guys, but Connor Colby right there, 21 snaps, 0 pressures. An interesting list. And some of these guys I was hoping the Niners would get in the draft. Anthony Belton has played 20 snaps for Green Bay. He has yet to allow a pressure. Esapole was a guy that I really liked. He's gone 27 snaps, no pressures. Jackson Slater, my buddy, my Sac State brother, came on the Krug show in the springtime. I was really hoping the Niners would come away with him. He's had 27 snaps with no sacks allowed, no pressures allowed. So that's pretty good. 0 pressures in week 1. Chase Lunt from Connecticut, another guy. But man, it's good to see Connor Colby on that list. And Chris Furster really likes Connor Colby and thinks that Colby's got a ton of potential. And I do as well. I mean, that's a really good program. He's really well coached. There's a calmness to Connor Colby when you watch him that is awesome. You're sitting there going, wow, this guy looks really, really calm. Really calm. All right, let's hear another one here. We've got Raj talk. Jeff Wilson was there today, and here's a little Jeff Wilson. Jeff Wilson, I got to be honest, Shanahan said he looked like the same guy. And I'm like, that's so funny because, my takeaway is he didn't look like the same guy. I think he looks like a shadow of his former self. To me, he didn't look very good. But obviously Shanahan's not going to say that. He looked like crap. It's like you probably had to beg this guy to come here. But here it is. Here's a little Jeff Wilson.
I was in a rough spot, but as soon as the news started circulating about me coming here, I had so many fans like DMing me and texting me, man, we miss you, we love you. And it was just like, man, like it's people that, still care and love. And that was the main reasons why I made it kind of sweeter to come back, because it was like having those people reach out. It's like, man, we miss you, we love you, thank you. It's just all those things go a long way. You never know what a person is going through. So when you hit those things at the right time, it could be a big difference.
Jeff, I love Jeff, man. Jeff's solid. Solid guy, and he speaks from the heart there. It's like, hey man, he's feeling bad, he doesn't have a job, he's been in the league for a number of years, and it's like, hey, how about go to San Francisco? And all of a sudden you announce that you're signing there, and all of a sudden it's like Niner fans start swarming you with a lot of love. And I just think that kind of stuff is cool. That kind of stuff to me is really cool, because these guys are people, man, and this is a nomadic sport. They're all over the map. Tomorrow's promised to nobody. They're risking paralysis on every snap. I mean, it's a tough job. It's a tough job. I wanted to play you one more here from off Raj's Twitter, and let's see. We have one I wanted to. Here it is. This is Chase Lucas after the game. Chase Lucas deserves a little shout out, because Chase Lucas played his ass off the other night. It was awesome. It was really incredible to watch. Here he is in the locker room after the ball game. I'm not sure if this is the question I asked him or not, but here it is.
Kyle specifically called you the Energizer Bunny. Is that a nickname you've earned, and how'd you do that?
I mean, I don't think I've earned that yet, because I know Kyle be hearing me talking stuff. But at the end of the day, I just be me, man. At the end of the day, if I got to get my teammates riled up, I'm gonna do it, because that's just naturally who I am as a person. So if I got to take that nickname, I'll take it.
I love the spirit of Chase Lucas, man. And who knows, Robert Saleh, this is why I love Robert Saleh. It's like, this guy understands, like, is Chase Lucas a great cover guy? Well, not necessarily. But you know what he is? He is a football player who loves contact. He's not afraid. And use him as a blitzer. And Robert has used him as a blitzer. And he looks good as a blitzer. I mean, that was one thing that I noticed. I'm like, whoa, he really looks good as a blitzer. And who knows, maybe he can be a slot. Maybe he can be the backup slot corner and give this team an awful lot as a blitzer. I'd love to see it. Here's the question I asked Kyle Shanahan yesterday or today about what do you think of the game and who stood out on the offensive side? Here's what he had to say.
What did you like the most when you rewatched the game about your offense?
I thought we blocked better than I anticipated. There's a few that I thought got away from us from the sidelines, but when I watched the tape, I was encouraged with some of the young guys. I liked how Corey ran. I thought he ran hard. We'll keep pushing him to get better as a runner, but I just love the mentality he ran with. Those are the things that stuck out the most.
It wasn't. There wasn't tons of positive. There wasn't tons of positive, but the fact that he loved Corey Kiner and some of the young guys, once again, back to PFF. PFF looked at the Niners and said, hey, you know what? The best, the highest graded Niner on offense were the two rookie linemen, Connor Colby and Drew Moss. Both those guys got 77.8. One guy, Moss, got 77.3. Colby played 41 snaps. Moss played 29 snaps. But, that's interesting. Last year, the Niners got Dom Pooney. There's an awful lot of people walking around going, the Niners ignored their offensive line. They did nothing, absolutely nothing. But the two highest graded guys in their offense were both rookie linemen. So maybe we need to amend the Niners didn't do anything. It looks to me like they may have their guard and center of the future in Connor Colby and Drew Moss. I will say this, though. if there was one thing that I saw this weekend that kind of was like, oh, it's like, God, why did the Niners not go for this guy? I got to show you the film of Willie Lampkin. I don't know if you've seen the Willie Lampkin film from this weekend. Here it is right here. Oh, Willie Lampkin. I wanted this guy so bad in the draft. This guy started, my buddy Rick Mueller recruited this kid to Coastal Carolina. Okay. He was awesome. This guy was an awesome wrestler in high school. He was like 166-0. He's 5'11", 290. Unbelievable leverage. Unbelievable strength, balance, and athleticism. He transferred from Coastal to North Carolina, finished up. Then he went to the Senior Bowl and he dominated. And I was just begging. I wanted the Niners to get this guy. This was going to be the center of the future. And he went undrafted. But he got signed by Les Snead and the Rams after the draft. And here he is. And look at this guy. He's number whatever he is right here. Here's the center. Gigantic wide guy. First of all, he's only 5'11", 290. But the overpowering nature of this guy's blocking is just unbelievable. This would have been the Niners center of the future. Somebody sent me a note today. He's going to get cut, Krug. Watch. I don't think so, man. He's not going to get cut. Come on, McVay's not an idiot. Here he is. And that's a pancake, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the International House of Pancakes. And that's a pancake, ladies and gentlemen. That's number 2. And that is a pancake. 92, you just got pancaked. 51, you just got pancaked. That's 4 pancakes. 4 pancakes. Willie Lampkin. Oh, my gosh. Maybe the Rams will cut him.